Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Return of the Exile. Alright, we're still here in the Kurgelmosh ruins, dealing with these fights here. We're on the last wave. Off camera I buffed up and I think we're ready to continue on, so let's see what this fourth wave is going to bring. For the next trial, you'll face a warlock who appeared on the city gates as a common traveler many years ago. His purpose, though, was to infiltrate the city and become its ruler. We defeated him once his intentions got known, and his punishment was to be caged for all eternity, and to be called forth whenever the trials of strength were in progress. And today, he will die one more time, or prove that you are not worthy of our secrets. Alright. Let's go get him. Alright, let's see here. Arena. Let's see if we can sneak attack this guy here. Yep. Cursed Warlock. Oh, he's got some protections up. Alright, what is going on with Arnia? Alright, let's get in a little closer here. Let's get some curse. Let's go for some Iron Skin. Yeah, this guy's regenerating all the time. I guess we just gotta keep hacking him. Now you'll face my allies from the lower planes. Alright. Alright, let's get over here. Let's go for some curse again. Damn. Let's see what we can cast here. Let's try Warcry, I guess. Alright. We got confusion going on. Alright, are we going to be able to hit this damn thing now? Come on. Come on. Come on! Alright, he's down. Alright, let's see if we can sneak attack these damn things. Alright, taking a little bit of damage here on Lorik. Alright, let's get this devil over here taken care of. Alright.
This is most unfortunate.
Alright, we still have confusion going on here. Let's see if we can gather up some of these loots here. Well, there's a cloak on him. And we have something over here. A gem. And a little bit of gold. Alright, this cloak. Berrywell's Fantastic Cloak. Let's see what this thing does. Immunity to Bane, Doom, and Hold Person. Huh.
What?
Yeah, we have way better cloaks than that thing.
Follow where I lead.
All in.
Yeah, we can sell that thing.
Very well.
Alright, let's see. Did we have a journal update at all? I guess not. Alright, let's go see if something's going to happen over here now. The trials are complete. You will now exit the magical warded field. Alright. We did get everything, right? No more loot. Looks like it. Alright, let's exit. Alright, Mr. Dragon. Let's see what he's going to say now. The trials of strength are complete. After centuries, mortals have managed to overcome the obstacles and earn the right to visit and witness the glory that is Kurgelmosh. You have also earned the right to be enlightened. I am yours as guardian of this city to answer any questions you might have. I'm only looking for someone, a fugitive named Beryl. Have you seen him? I only see the ones who call me. If he passed through this place, then he didn't perform the ritual. I am sorry, but I cannot help you on this. I'd like to know about the civilization, actually. When did they live, and why they got extinct? It was centuries ago. even before the Great War, which I witnessed from my resting place. Before the big migration, there were already signs of magical energy around Clech Waste. And when the people came from the east to live around Halandrith, a group of scholars discovered this energy. They decided to stay and study it. The surrounding oasis would provide water, and so they started building a settlement. Slowly, travelers passed through, and whoever was interested could stay and learn and help on raising the city. The scholars became the fair rulers, and others got trained to defend the city. Soon it had more than 500 people within its walls. Then the way to the new god opened through readings and meditation, combined with the natural magic of the area, but that is a different story. The point is that Kurgelmosh got defended and stood for more than 300 years. People died and people came, but the enemies were just too many at some point. Many were afraid of the powers hidden here, and many tried to harvest them for themselves. Combined forces from followers of Tiamat or Bahamut, allied with wizards led by desire to study the place, attacked the city. Kurgelmosh rose victorious from this huge attack, but decimated. It seemed as if fate had plans that were inevitable. A sandstorm came no more than 2 days after the attack was seized, and eliminated any remaining healthy citizen. And this was the end of Kurgelmosh as Halandrith knew it. The scholar rulers, with their last breaths and powers, managed to savor some power, and hide the ancient knowledge, and power to never be used again, hidden in plain sight, unless someone manages to overcome the trials. But this is another topic, and I believe I covered the coming and going of the Holy City. I've heard a lot about dragons while here. What's the deal? Alright, we got an influence game with Arnia, up to 36 now. It's the religion that went wrong, even though it had the means and ambition to create a god equal to the greater deities. The scholars found out that by harnessing the power of this place, they could store it and absorb it, and fusing the absorber with extreme capabilities. They also thought that the most powerful and noble beings in the world are dragons. Now this power, if it would be absorbed by a mortal being as a human, it would most probably evaporate him. Too much to comprehend and keep one stable and sane. So out of ambition, and out of belief to dragons, and also belief that this power should be put to use somehow, and not just be left here unused, they came up with a plan to create a new god. They sent out skirmishes all around Alderan to find and capture young dragons. These youngs would get to Kurgelmosh and get injected with the energy, learn to control it and use it for fair reasons, not killing and chaos, but fairness and equality. The energy was making natural evil dragons like the red kind to behave equally as good ones like the golden and vice versa. The behaviors would meet in the middle, never too good or too evil. After the dragons would reach a certain age, a ritual would take place, where two of them who already learned how to control the energy in the best way would merge into one, creating a new, polychromatic, prismatic dragon. The process would go on until the ultimate dragon would be created, one more powerful even than Bahamut, father of all dragons. Some called it heresy, some insanity, and some followed Kurgelmosh in their ideas. But that is why you see so many dragon references, and why the guardian of this place is a dragon as well. Why did we need to prove ourselves to you, or the city? It's dead, right? Why all the defenses? And Arnia got another increase. Dead? What you see is dead. The actual glory of the city got hidden in plain sight just after its destruction, and just before the death of the last scholar. The energy of this place still exists, hidden away in another reality, The scholars, before their deaths, managed to hide it so that only capable and willing enthusiasts would be able to access it. For what may seem dead to you is in reality very much alive. They realized that the true power of Kurgelmosh was not its people and its walls, but the magical energy. This is what has needed to be saved, nothing else. So the trials exist to prove that you are worthy of witnessing the power, and you succeeded. Talk to me about you. What kind of dragon are you? I am one of the last merged dragons. I achieved a state of power that your kind is unable to comprehend. Yes, followers of Tiamat and Bahamut may call me an abomination, but they cannot match my power. Before the destruction of the city, the leaders of Kurgelmosh told me that they will cast a spell on me, one that will send me away from here, but somewhere that a simple ritual will summon me back. I was to judge who is worthy enough to go further by observing the trials. I don't know where they sent me, but I can actually see everything from there without being watched. Throughout the years, I have seen other creatures in that place. Some say it is simply the ethereal plane, but some others say it's the observatorium. On one occasion, I heard that it's my own personal kingdom, and plane travelers find their way through by luck. Observatorium? Yes, they say that the observatorium is a myth to many travelers. Its exact location remains unknown, its creators unrevealed, and the means to reach it is a closely guarded secret. It is supposed to be a mechanical plane. The mechanisms within the observatorium allow the user to witness what is happening anywhere else in the Great Wheel. No plane is hidden from the observatorium, regardless of safeguards. I saw some gears and mechanical features, yes, but I never used any of them, so I don't know how I could always see what is happening in Kurgelmosh, or how I reach the plane. You heard about the observatorium and became wiser. So I don't know if I'm actually hidden in the observatorium or anywhere else. I only know that I see Kurgelmosh at all times. From wherever I am, I can see whenever one calls me. I only have to close my eyes and wait for the summoning to happen. Then I am here, and whenever I want, I can go back. Isn't that a trap? Don't you feel imprisoned? Imprisonment is such a harsh word. Yes, I cannot escape, but I also don't want to. It might seem like a cage to you, but for me, it is the greatest honor to be carrying this task. I will not argue on the nobility of my assignment, since I doubt a mortal will be able to comprehend. Do you have anything else to ask of me? I am not really interested in more talking. Just show us the way further and we'll be going. Prepare yourselves to witness the glory of Kurgelmosh in the state it got preserved centuries ago. As for me, I will not return immediately to my plane of existence. I think I'll remain for a while and reminisce in the city ruins. You suddenly feel dizzy. A wind flows strong enough, though it does not move anything, not even the sand. With the blinking of an eye, everything around you has changed. Kurgelmosh plane. Oh, there's Barrow. That's the guy we're looking for. Alright, what is this? Planar energy stone of life. A stone of strength. Alright, here, let's see, before we continue on, let's do a quick bit of healing.
What do you want?
Alright, I don't see anything else going... Oh, cutscene. Here you are. I thought you'd never find the way here. Do we know each other? No, but I've been watching you from up, down, from over here in any case. I have no idea where we are. But allow me, where are my manners? Beryl is the name. Beryl, we've been sent to look for you. Your father's worried sick. My father? What's that supposed to mean? My father abandoned me when I was a little boy. Abandoned? What about Colbert and this other half-orc, Josh? Are you in league with them? Because I swear to gods I will defend my freedom in any means necessary. Wait, I believe we owe each other some explanation before we continue our talk. You're right. Of course, ask me anything, and I'll answer honestly. If your father's not Colbert, then who's Colbert? Colbert, he's a slave merchant, that son of a... He bought me in Vrist. He's been carrying me around on his way to the east. That bastard and his pet Josh, they kept me starved. They whipped me. And for what? To sell me again at some point, I guess. Oh no, I would not let that happen. I learned from my past mistakes. One night, and with all the mess in Clangeddin that's been happening lately, I escaped. I just ran into the desert, never looked back, not until I reached these ruins. Quite some luck that was, provided some shade. That shifts things a little. All this time we thought we've been looking for his son. He's a sneaky bastard, this Colbert, I tell ya. I'd rather die than go back to him. And even if I have no idea how to leave this place, so I guess he has to find himself another slave. Even though I'd like to know how to get out, just in case. Oh, who's this now? Beryl, son of Bremmel. You are entitled to some answers. What the? Who are you people? We are the scholars who founded this city centuries ago. I believe that we should all have a talk about what the mortal's next course of action should be. Not before I get some answers. First, we need to talk to Beryl. Then you will have your time. Let's make it short. They don't tend to live as long as us. Beryl, do you know who you are? Do you know the powers within you? I have no powers that I know of, except if you mean my exceptional baking, but that was before I got captured. You are the ancestor of Bremmel, the person who gave his life as a price when the merging of the first two dragons happened. A good friend and an excellent researcher. You should feel proud about yourself. Proud? Yes. And what does that mean? My family tree? Where has it gotten me so far in life? Further than you think. All the misfortunes of slavery and poverty guided you towards Kurgelmosh, taught you of the path our city had to walk as well, always attacked and in danger. You might not realize it yet, but the powers in you, if you learn how to unleash them, could lead to unimaginative results. With our help, with our guidance, we can bring Kurgelmosh back to the material plane. All you need is training. Why me? Why do I have to have the power? How can you not do it on your own? I mean, it's not that I don't want to, but you look powerful enough yourselves. Bremmel absorbed a part of the power when the two dragons merged. It led to his death, but the body was nowhere to be found. We believe it traveled and got stored someplace in the astral plane. Not a week after that incident, we began spotting differences in his son and daughter. They could mentally move boulders and conceal the city from our enemies. They could even hide the sky and the stars and set things on fire by a simple thought. Then we knew that Bremmel was dead in our eyes, but more alive than ever as a force acting from the astral plane. He was guiding his children to the path of Kurgelmosh, using his powers for the good of the city. The children did the same for their own children, and you are from the same line of children. Think about it. How did you arrive here? You didn't have to take the trials. You are one of us. Help us restore Kurgelmosh. But I heard everyone had died when the city got destroyed. All but Bremel. He was already dead, but more alive than any soul that lives in Alderan. He spread his seed through the years, enhanced births, as the mothers didn't realize any difference. Some couldn't find their way, but you did. This is all too new and too big for me. Please, I need some time to recollect. Time is plenty, Beryl. Take all you need. In the meanwhile, we owe some explanation to this group of adventurers. They earned every answer by completing the trials. We got hired to bring this man back to Clangeddin. What happens now? It is up to him. We'd like him to stay, but we cannot force him. You need to think, though, that you started this journey searching for a fugitive, and you found a lost soul, a poor slave, who for once in his life can achieve something great. You're right, I won't pursue on taking Beryl back with me, and I hope he decided to stay. You are making a wise choice. We just picked up a feat, too. With this decision, maybe Beryl will see now, too, that this is what's best for him. Yes, you have to understand that the fear of getting enslaved another time is making me crazy. What these people talk about as well, uncertain future was always, as it seems, a part of my life, right? But if I have to choose, I choose anything but the possibility of slavery. So I will stay with you and get through this. My destiny or not, I see it as a way to escape my unfortunate life in Halandrith. You're making the right choice, Beryl. We thank you for your support. We are glad that this matter did not lead to a fight of some sort, because we would defend Beryl and Kurgelmosh against all odds and enemies. Before we guide Beryl to where we actually reside, we will allow you to question us in case you have any inquiries. Who are you, actually? We are the scholars who founded Kurgelmosh all those years ago. Our names are unimportant. Our existence is not the same as the one of a simple mortal anymore. And before you say anything, no, we are not immortal. We are just protected by the energy of this place, and we don't ever age as long as we stay here. When Kurgelmosh got destroyed, we believe that the last merged dragon god sacrificed himself in order to save the believers, the ones who started all this. But for how long did Kurgelmosh's reign last? You should have been really old by then, or dead. Death is but a rotting corpse in the material plane. What happens to your spirit, this is what matters in the end, and this is what our God saved. He knew that we would be able to restore everything. It would take us 1,000 years maybe, but we would, and his sacrifice was the most noble one. I believe this answers your question. Do you wish more? Where exactly are we? It seems like the astral plane. However, we are not really certain. We have a different theory, though, if you would wish to hear it. Tell me. Every god has a domain. It usually is in our outer plane, and many times multiple gods share a plane. However, on some occasions, a god picks this plane, creates it even. This creation is normally what we call a demi-plane. The given god will have powers over and in it, and it will be where his petitioners go. We believe that this place got created over time, as a result of our beliefs. It is somewhere in this place that the new dragon god might reside, even as we speak. Further merging might have stopped, but no one knows where the last merged one is. This should be an adequate explanation. Any other inquiries? So what is this enemy I've been hearing about? All that you see moving around, all these clouds, all these lights, it is the Kurgelmosh powers. Yes, but why and how is it here? or in Kurgelmosh back at Halandrith. Because this is just the way it is. Sometimes research is hard. That's just the truth. And also, sometimes power just happens to exist. It could be from a geographical source, or from an ancient experiment went wrong, or even stars aligned pointing their light to Kurgelmosh. We don't know. But once we found it, we knew it should be put to use. Weren't you afraid using power not knowing its source? We sensed that it was not evil, run some tests. We didn't know the source, but we knew it would not be dangerous. As for what it does, it is complicated, but I will try to explain. We call it infusion for short, or power of merging. Imagine you and one of your companion friends. We all have different capabilities in this world. Some are good with a sword, some with magic, some with both, but might still lose somewhere else. Now imagine if you could have the powers of your friend combined with yours, then another friend combined with the first two, making one out of three, and so on. That is what the energy does. Minimize the loss of splitting two to merge into one with almost all the powers of both. That's impossible. How does the flesh combine? How does it merge? It doesn't. One has to die willingly. By merging, we mean souls, inner power. And only if one willingly accepts the fate, for the good of knowledge and equality, will the process be complete. I don't deny that it might have been painful in some occasions. Soul extraction, insertion, and blending is never a nice thing, but this is why it is so important to the process, for one of the two to accept it. We never tricked any of the dragons. We just explained the system, and let them study us for a while until they decide, see if we were capable of it. Of course, there have been problems with the evil aligned ones, but they all changed in the end. In any case, once one creature dies, it still can feel its soul merged with a new one, and if a merged one dies, all the previous ones feel the change. The one creature that remains has power over all powers combined, and this is what I call a god, one that is able to see good and evil and judge accordingly in any circumstance. Sounds interesting, but let's move to other questions. However you wish. We have all eternity to answer questions. What do you know about Victicane? We know little. His plans ambitious, but his methods questionable. Whatever happened there, we were already dead for a while at that time, so if I sound passive on the matter, it is simply because it didn't affect us in any way. And for the same reason, we don't know much except his initial plan and execution of it, so let us move to other matters. What happens from now on, to Beryl and you, I mean? Beryl has a lot to learn. His life is completely different now, and he will soon see that it was the only right thing to do. Once we are done talking, we will go away from here to a place which we call home. There the training will begin. His age will not change, and he will soon learn how to apply the energy and perform the ancient rituals of Kurgelmosh. Hopefully in 1,000 years from now, we will somehow return to Kurgelmosh on Halandrith and continue the process from where it got left. Did you just say 1,000 years? In the material plane, yes. Here it will seem like 10. When your spirit doesn't age, such numbers get irrelevant, young boy. And it's not as if our methods can be taught in a day or two. Beryl needs proper training. That should cover it. Just a way out, to be honest. If you feel like it, we can get you out. Just say yes and we'll magically transport you to Halandrith. Wait, there are things I need to take a look at. As you wish. Just talk to me whenever you want to return home. Alright. Yeah, let's see what these things are. Planar energy stone of strength. Energy flows through you and your strength has increased. Alright, it's up to 19 now. Alright, now let's see, we got a feat too. Let's take a quick look at that. Was it Creator of Hope? Intimidate, Bluff, and Diplomacy increased by 1. Dreamwalker, I think we've seen the rest of these. Fiend Summoner, Narcissisms. Yeah, I think we've seen all of those. Alright, we can't do anything else with that. Let's go to this one next. Planar Energy Stone of Life. Energy flows through you and your constitution has increased. Alright, so now it's up to 17. Alrighty. Let's see if Beryl says anything else. Nope. Alright, I guess we're done here.
Greetings and well met.
Alright, I think we answered all... We asked all these questions. Yep. Yep, let me out of here. The scholar raises his hands up high and speaks words of unknown tongue, surely from some ancient script. Before you realize, you feel hot again as a clutch sun hits your skin. Alright. Back to... Oh, the dragon's still here. Let's see if he says anything else. You are back once again. Have you got enlightened by the Kurgelmarsh glory? You can say that. All that's left is to explain things to Colbert now. Explain what? Wait, you cannot see what's happening on this other plane? From here, and you don't know who Beryl was? No, not really. The place is hidden from my eyes, and I cannot hide my hope that I will one day see it. But why? Did something happen while you were gone? Care to explain your inquiry? Alright, let's go with this one, I guess. The truth about how we know that Beryl was just a slave and a descendant of Bremmel, and we let him go. So Bremmel's children arrived at last. This is a glorious day for Kurgelmarsh. The scholars will teach him, and he will know how to restore the city to where it belongs. I thank you for this. You have been a glimmer of hope in this eternity of waiting. Now, if there is nothing more to talk about, I would bid you farewell. Alright, farewell, Guardian of Kurgelmarsh. Alright. So, let's see, journal. The inner ruins of Kurgelmarsh proved to be another unknown plane. There you met Beryl, who turned out to be a descendant of Bremmel, the person who gave his life in order to merge the two first dragons of Kurgelmarsh. This makes Beryl really powerful, if he learns how to control and discover his powers, that is. The scholars wanted him to stay and learn how to control his powers. He agreed to it because, as it turned out, Colbert is not really his father, but actually a slave trader, and Beryl is his property. You didn't insist on taking him back to Colbert, and so now you have to find out what you'll tell him. Alright. Alright, I guess we're done here. I'm going to head back over to Clangeddin and talk to this supposed slave trader and see what's going on there. Alright, and yeah, our time is running up here, so what I'm going to do... Can we rest here? Dangerous place. Alright. Yep, I'm going to go back to Clangeddin, and then we'll continue on in the next episode. We'll see you there, ladies and gentlemen.